Y'all could chill. Y'all live in a first person video game essentially, y'all. So take a risk, do something cool. You know what I'm saying? And like, just think about it, man. If I die today, would I be happy? That hit somebody I bet. Yeah, you right there. That hit you? Are you happy? Okay, all right then. Do something cool.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Amylah, host of Under the Sun podcast and Forbes feature founder of Curly Crownz Hair Care. And today we are at San Francisco State University. And today we're doing interviews at SF State's first ever haircuts and soul food. It's Keenan's Cut, and this guy right here is
Pierre.
Yes, and you just got done getting cut. How you feeling?
Got a little fade on the top.
Okay.
Lowered a little bit of the curls. It was good. It was good. Love the experience. My boy Ronnie got me right.
Hey, that's good. You think SF State should have more events like this and invest in the community?
Definitely. I was actually just telling Ron that we should have these just every month or every other month, something like that, where we just get the students on campus just more active and just wanting to look forward to different events.
Good. Anything? Any piece of advice you have for young Black men out there? This was a great, empowering event for young Black men, from what I think. So, a piece of advice you have for them?
Honestly, my piece of advice for my young Black men: always keep your head tall, always keep your mind right. Even when you have let's say bad things that happen, you got to look at it like an opportunity. And so always have the mindset of looking forward. Always find a way to invest in yourself, better yourself, whether that's through actual investments, just working on your mental health. We never talk about that, but work on your mental health. Make sure that you're right. Make sure you talk right as well. Language is power. So how you convey yourself, how you kind of express yourself through your language and through your words. That's how you carry yourself.
That's important. Well said, Pierre. Thank you. And you just got a fresh cut. Show the camera your fresh cut. Show him. Hey. Shout out to Ron the Barber.
Ron the Barber, you saved my day. You saved my life. You saved my day. I love you for that.
But when you come out here, especially if you're from out of state or you got to fly to get here, some of the places here, they tax a lot too. It's far away. There's not it's not like Atlanta, it's SF. So they don't really have a huge culture of barbershops, especially for young Black men. So I think that's a struggle. And I think this event actually brought a lot more community and made people, think, I'm being seen, I'm being heard. They're having an event for me, something that I can relate to, something that I can benefit from. I think I might have been one of the first people he told me. So he was like, hey man, we should have an event. I know Ron, I know some good Black food spots out here. This college specifically, there's not much of a culture of anything, much less Black culture. So, if you could bring that here, he's in with the residential life, he's an RA. He was able to bring this all together. He was very eager. I saw the drive, I saw the commitment.
Yes, and not just saying this because he's my son, but DJ, he's a very, a person that has a lot of, enthusiasm. When he wants to plan something and when he has a passion for something, he'll just go for it. Yeah. He'll just go for it. And he was like, I'm just going to put this on. I'm going to see how it turns out. And I think this will help make San Francisco State, just a more fun place for students, something that they can do, something that they can, enjoy. So he told me about the mission. He was like, I'm going to put this on, I'm going to get it together and make it happen. And he did. So I'm very proud of him.
That's amazing. Yeah, but Black leadership, especially from men, is important. And we don't see it often on San Francisco State's campus. So when I learned that this is something he wanted to do, I'm like, let's go, DJ. Let's figure out how you can do it.
Exactly.
Let's tap in with Dallas. Let's try to figure this out. Oh. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Amylah, and welcome to the Under the Sun podcast, where we talk about everything under the sun in order for you to broaden your horizon. I'm here with
DJ Duane Hercules Jr.
Yeah.
RA, my fault. RA, all that. Great student, Black man, engineer.
Say that.
Future astronaut.
Oh, I don't know about going to space.
Oh, I'm doing it. SF State grad. The second to do it, not the first. A black woman did it first.
She did.
Maybe she was black. Was she black?
Yeah.
Black woman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a black woman. Shout out to you.
But, okay, so tell them about the amazing event that you threw during Black History Month for San Francisco State students.
Yeah, so my event was called Keenan's Cut House, Barber Shop Talk. It was made in honor of my uncle Keenan from Tampa, Florida. Unfortunately, a few years ago, he passed away. And when I was trying to figure out the name for the event, I couldn't think of anything else. I'm like, well, I can use my last name. My last name is Hercules. I'm like, that could be cool and all, but I kind of wanted to have like a uncle type of name to it, like a OG type of name to it. So I used my uncle's name. So yeah, that was a big part of it. I made it really because when I first came here, I had a hard time finding a barber that I trusted to cut my own hair.
Oh, that's real. That's real. I had a hard time finding a hairstylist.
Like, come on, I am for the low.
Yeah,
I couldn't find it. So back at home, I was paying, I think I came here, I was paying like 30, 40 for a cut. I came here, I couldn't find nobody less than like 60, 75, literally for a cut. So I'm like, man, I can't be paying this. I'm gonna get a cut once a year. I'm gonna get a cut once a year. So I'm like, okay, let me
once a year.
Literally, I'm like, let me figure this out. So I ended up going on Instagram. I found my guy Ron. Y'all probably can't see him, but he back there cutting. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. And yeah, so I want to make sure the kids have that same opportunity, especially the black students. I have my guy Keenan Sullivan come through and talk about navigating life and education as a black man. Something that all the black men on campus can relate to, obviously.
All right,
and I have video games to cater to people that are waiting or just want to hang out and don't want to get a cut or can't get a cut. And also have free food bought by Black
It was
business.
good. It was good.
Shout out to Touch of Soul for that one. Hooked us up with a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's what it comes down to. I want to make, a place that black people feel safe and feel like they can be themselves.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I love that backstory, and that really explains your drive. Because I remember, if y'all know DJ was talking about this. He's been talking about it for the past, like, umpteenth months. And I just remember you running around and, like, you would tell the idea to people, and they'd just be like, what? Like, I had so much faith that you would bring it through because you were so intentional about it. And I appreciate that and that leadership and that initiative you took. Like I told you earlier, like I saw black men smile that I had never seen smile here today. No lie.
That's what happens
no lie.
House, man. Come back
no lie. Like a haircut and like just getting your hair done gives you a whole new attitude. So I appreciate how intentional you were with this. What is some hurdles you had to jump over in order for this to come into fruition?
Well, the first hurdle I had to jump essentially came from like kind of the same thing you talked about before. Of like I was saying it for a while, but it wasn't kind of moving essentially, or it didn't seem like that. I first talked to my barber about it while I was getting my hair cut at his shop, and he told me, he was like, I'll come to your school, tell the kids I'll cut them for half off, but the more kids that come, the cheaper it'll get essentially. I thought it would be like he come to the dorm and like in a little room and cut hair or whatever. That's kind of all it would be. And I realized I'm an RA, so I can do a little more. I thought, what if we have free cuts and free food and a little more on top of that? So I had a whole plan. I made a whole proposal. Like, way too long, to be honest. Nobody should have read that. It was way too long. But I sent it to like 5 people, and like nobody replied for a while. And then eventually I got a reply from somebody named Summer Smith.
Hey, shout out Summer.
Shout out Summer. Who eventually got me to connect with somebody named Dallas Brown. And shout out to Dallas.
Shout out to that BSU advisor. We love you, Dallas.
And when I first read her name, I thought it said Dolce until Amylah put me on it, told me it said Dallas. So
you kept saying Dolce and Delcy.
Yeah. I said all that. I was like, yeah, I'm with Dolce and all that.
I'm like, who? In Cabana?
I'm like, D-A-Y. I mean, D-A-L-Y. Like, Dallas? But yeah, shout out to Dallas. I got tapped in with her. And we went over some of the like small details I would have to talk about in budget, stuff like that. And that was one of the bigger hurdles. Also catering. We got the catering order submitted like 2 days ago on Monday, literally 3 days ago, Monday. Because places we wanted to go to before and went out of our budget a little bit. And some places weren't available at the time we needed them for. So catering was a problem. And like, that's kind of it, to be honest. Finding a space to do that was a minor problem. But we got over that pretty fast. But,
and how did you stay encouraged? I know you mentioned, wanting to do this for your community and your uncle. So how did, your uncle inspire you?
Well, he inspired me because a lot of stuff that he did, he was a producer at one point, too, a music producer. and that's something I aspire to be one day. I don't want to be. That's not like my main profession, but something to do on the side. And I realize I have a hard time like getting the motivation to get up and do it sometimes. So I admire people that did get that motivation to do it. So that was something I admire from him that he taught to me. He also cared for me a lot. Like I wouldn't see him all the time because they lived across the whole country, but when I would go over to Florida, they would take care of me. I can always stay over there. I can always eat their food. They take me wherever I wanted to go. They always went out and did something fun. So that was something he inspired me to do. Also, his music in general was very positive. And that showed me that you don't got to be like, I think it's important to tell your story. So I won't say negative music is not real because that's sometimes people's genuine realities. But my uncle took a different scope on how he made his music, and that inspired me as well. But it's, again, resources, because he gave me resources. Even though he's my uncle, he's like supposed to. He gave me resources, so I want to give back to the community and, help out a little bit.
Hey, I like that. That's amazing. That's amazing. I appreciate your vulnerability and how you're being so introspective. Yeah. That's amazing. Dang. You really pulled it off.
Thank you.
You really did it. You really did it. Any advice you have for young black men out there looking and, coming into their leadership, because I know you're a junior now. So has this something that's always been inside of you or like?
People say that, but a lot of it came from my mom. I think a lot of times it wasn't always about like examples that were put in front of me like often, but enough. Everything I wanted to do, my mom told me I could do. There was never a point in my life where I feel like I could do anything ever. When I wanted to be an NBA player, my mom took me to all the Kings games, and I met Isaiah Thomas, my favorite player, who's also short. So that inspired me. Like I could be short and I could hoop. When I wanted to be an astronaut, I was connected with somebody that was space, a black man. And in general, I think I was just inspired by other people. So I can't say like my advice in general is to try and find people that you look up to and look at how they did it. But essentially, you have your own life, so I really can't tell you to mimic it. There's no point in doing that. The biggest thing I would say is just don't stop, and that's really like cliche, but it's kind of about like doing the same thing over and over again. This event to me, I won't say they're the hardest thing in the world or I accomplished the hardest thing in the world. I give myself props, but this is like something I think a lot of people can actually do and don't realize it. One day I had the vision, I had the dream, and I just felt very like motivated. And again, it came from me growing up. So a lot of it came from my mom. I can't really teach motivation, to be honest. I think it's something you gain over time. You can teach it within yourself, I think. I couldn't give you advice on how to do that, though, because my mom gave it to me. Shout out to my mom. And, so overall advice, keep being yourself and just ask people for help. Ask people for help. People are typically in better situations than you are. We need to figure things out. So ask for help.
That's good. That's good. Well, thank you for tuning into the Under the Sun podcast, and thank you for coming. Thank you. We appreciate you, DJ, and we appreciate what you do for the community and the campus.
It's all good. Thank you. Next time y'all see this video, y'all better have gotten a cut by Ronthedoncutz.
Hey, tap in with him. Tap in with him.
All right, y'all.
All right.
My name's Ron, a.k.a. Ronthedoncutz. I'm a barber out of San Francisco, California. Experienced barber. I came out today to cut students of San Francisco State University on the behalf of my good friend, DJ Hercules.
What's up? You know what it is? On my phone. What's up, y'all? It's your boy. Y'all probably see me in the last clip or whatever clip. Shower she organized these clips. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Back at it again. The founder of Keenan's Cut House Barbershop Talk.
Yes. Yeah. So I wanted to get you guys both here together and interview you. You guys brought this amazing event to San Francisco State University, a campus that doesn't always, look out for the black man, look out for the black students. So I'm glad that you guys came together and you shared your gift and you shared your drive and really brought this event into fruition. What got you into barbering, and what was your main motivation for really like coming here and being like, oh yeah, let me do this for the kids.
Oh yeah.
For the young adults. I'm sorry, not the kids.
Well, honestly, I started cutting hair when I was about 13 years old. I was a student myself, and one time I had cut a student who was a little older than me one time, and I gave him a lineup, and he came back and like all his friends were like, "Yo, I need you to line me up, right?" But he was like a senior in high school, and I was just like 8th grade or like a freshman in high school. So from there, I feel like it gave me a lot of confidence in giving people confidence, because I give them a haircut. They confidence go from like here to like, oh man, I need to go out. I need to go hit the stores. I'll go talk to people. So I just feel like I like giving people confidence, and I like having confidence. I cut hair, it gives me confidence, and then I like giving people a nice haircut, which gives them confidence.
Right. Because the state of our hair impacts us in so many ways. And I noticed that from being an entrepreneur and making hair care products and having a business, how important that is. And that's also what drives me, like the smiles and seeing how it impacts people. Because for me, I always say it's bigger than hair.
Yeah.
It's bigger than hair, for surely. And so, DJ, we already talked a little bit about what inspired you, but talk about a little bit of background that you have, with your barber and like how important, this connection is to you.
Yeah. So I said it before, I think, but really I came here trying to find a barber that I trusted to cut my hair. It was like also cost effective to a certain degree. So I'm looking around like, man, I can't find nobody that's less than 75 out here. I can't drop 75. I was dropping 40, 30 back in Sacramento. So I'm okay. So I see Ron at the time cutting 50. I'm like, man, that was still a little more than 40. But I'm like, he cut nice, and it's the best I could get. Like, this cheap wise, expensive wise, I'm like, okay, that's what I could do. And ever since then, like, since I got my first haircut, we connected. I'm like, I thought that was my first friend out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't meet my friend on campus till the second semester. I met him a week or two into school. So I'm like, the best part of being out here is going to the barber shop. I like going to the shop, So that was a big part of me. And we just been like, ever since he ended up getting his own shop, shout to 557 Parlor. I went over there with him, was still his client. And then one time we had an idea. He was like, man, I'll come to school and I'll cut y'all. The more people that show up, the cheaper it'll be. And I thought it would be like, go to like a little study room in here and he just cut hair for a little bit. And I thought that'd be pretty cool to get his money. But I'm like, man, I'm an RA. I can make this a whole event, And I was like, well, what if we have you cut for free and we just had to schedule the school, pay you how much you would charge essentially. And I was like, how about we just, go like that, have you cut for free, get free food and whatever else it would be, like games or whatever. And it ended up being a lot more, but that was our initial plan. So I wrote up a lot of stuff and that worked out. And I called him all the time, like, Ron, look, it might be good. Yeah. And then nobody replied to me for a little bit. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't think it's gonna happen, bro. It's bad. Then I got that last call. And I was like, bro, not for real. It's actually good this time, man.
Hey.
So the paperwork and got everything done, and we here. You know what I'm saying? My guy.
Man, how was that going through that process of like, okay, we gonna go to this school, we gonna cut. Is it gonna happen? Will it not happen?
Honestly, I didn't think it was gonna happen. When we first talked about it, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, all right, let's do it. I actually had like 2 events lined up, and the other one fell through. And then this one was the one that came through. So I was just excited. I was like, dang, DJ, you did that. He called me. He was excited. He was like, bro, they said yeah. I'm like, word? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right, we in there, man. Let's do 100 haircuts today.
That's good. Yeah, community is important. That's tough how y'all built that just in the barbershop. I mean, like when I get I'm close with my hairstylist. Like, we've been together for a while, so that's a pillar of the Black community, and I'm sure a lot of different communities. And I see you also brought your family here with you.
Yeah, I got my son, got my daughter, my beautiful wife, and you're right about the barbershop. Sitting in that chair, a lot of ideas do come sitting there. We talk about a lot of ideas.
We had 10 events, maybe 10 different ways.
Yeah.
Man.
An extra little hour. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like a staple of like good ideas.
Yeah,
that's solid. That growth mindset, and it's all important about the support you have and who you're around and who's going to support your hustle. So I'm glad that this event exceeded y'all's expectations. Just is anything you guys like to add?
I would like to add. I like to say thank you again to DJ Hercules. I like to say thank you to his mom for bringing food. I like to say thank you to my business partner, my wife, Rihanna. She also works at the shop. She does like lady services. So maybe next time we could get some lady services popping off as well.
Yeah,
and
yes.
I just want to say it was a really good experience, and thank you guys. Thank you for this interview too.
Yeah, no problem. I love to amplify voices in our community. This is amazing. I commend you for dedicating your time. And like I told DJ, I'm gonna keep on saying this. And I've seen Black men smile that I ain't never seen smile on this campus. So they had a new little attitude hopping up out that chair. I said, okay, I ain't never seen that walk. So it's just so good. It's so good, and I look forward to working with y'all.
Also,
even more.
I feel like it did bring it. Like it was a lot of us colored folks here at the event.
Right.
But if you look at it on the bigger side of the scale, it's probably small percentage. But if we all come together, That's a big impact.
It is. It is. It is big. It wasn't just black people in your chair
Nah,
today.
it was.
Yeah, he cut all types of hair.
Yeah, it was all type of people getting haircuts. Honestly. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That was the goal too. Like, I want to make a space where black people feel. Oh, my fault. My bad. I want to make a space where I make a place where black people feel safe. But that doesn't mean that other races cannot also be there. I think that is actually an idea that is ran by white supremacists. That if black people feel safe, then other races don't.
Mm-hmm.
I.e., like the hoods and the ghettos. But I don't think that's where it has to be. That's why I think a lot of people felt safe coming in here around majority black people and getting their hair cut.
Mm-hmm.
Even while being behind 20 black people that got a cut before them, they still came up to me, came to my barber, was like, "Hey, can I get a cut?" They feel comfortable doing that because I think that's something that the campus does foster really well. But that's also something I wanted this event to foster as well. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, if you guys have a piece of advice for young men out there stepping into, their leadership role and trying to find themselves.
The best piece of advice I can give is don't give up or quit what you started. You better finish it, and it gets greater later. It might be hard for you now, but hard decisions now make for an easier life. So, get it while you're young, work as hard as you can. And like I said, if you start something, finish it. Remember why you started in the first place. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Also,
we're good.
If you see a black barber, he probably could cut all types of hairs because they say ours is the hardest to cut. I don't know, though. But that's all.
We got you. We got y'all.
Straight up. That's why to bring him in. We support black-owned businesses all 2020 forever. We support business forever. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Advice? I think people take advice too seriously. Man, the best advice I can give you is don't listen to advice, y'all. Now, besides Ronthedoncutz advice, that's real. But if it's not like that,
Don't be hard-headed. Don't be hard-headed.
Y'all got one life to live, and take it serious. But every second isn't that serious. Y'all could chill. Y'all live in a first-person video game, essentially, y'all. So take a risk, do something cool. You know what I'm saying? And just think about it, man. If I die today, would I be happy? That hit somebody. I bet. Yeah, you right there. That hit you. Are you happy? Okay, all right then. Do something cool. All right, then, yo.
That's good. That's good. And then shout out the where your business is.
Oh, okay, you guys. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Ronthedoncutz with a Z at the end. You can follow the shop at 557 Parlor. Okay. We also do women's lashes and hair, and we have a really exquisite barbershop. And we do kids and students. You get a discount. Shout out DJ.
Whoa, you get stuff done.
And you will get your lashes done by at Miss Rayana. You can follow her as well. Again, the shop Instagram is at 557 Parlor.
Is there a dot in the middle?
557 Parlor. Boom. And my Instagram is Ronthedoncutz. Peace.
Solid. Thank you for your support. Thank you for coming out here. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
thank you for tuning into Under the Sun podcast, where we talk about everything under the sun in order for you to broaden your horizon.
And if you tuned in, you better tune in again. It's the best podcast in the nation.
Let them know.
Straight up.
Yeah, and tap in with Curly Crownz Hair Care. We got products for beards.
I use that. I swear I use that too.
Yes.
I swear I use Curly Crownz Hair Care. Watch when I bust these waves out. That came from Curly Crownz Hair Care. And if it didn't, then I'm lying.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. My hair.
And don't be afraid to reach out. Never feel afraid to reach out. The worst thing you can do for yourself is just stay in your bubble. The best thing you can do for yourself is try to see and figure out. The unknown isn't always unknown. Sometimes it's what you need to be in. Sometimes to figure out what you need to figure out with people or teachers or even just friendships. You never know.
One thing I would say is just keep going no matter what. Everybody goes through hard times, so you got to find that mentality to keep pushing forward. Just know that you have support around you no matter what. And just keep going.
Just stay focused, stay on your grind. Don't let nobody tell you can't do nothing, because you could achieve any goal. You just got to put your mind to it. So, yeah.